What's up, YouTube? Hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to my page. We've got another exciting modification today. Prinsu Design Studio. We've got the new roof rack. It's finally here. This one does not have the LED light bar with it, but it does have the cutout and the mount for it. So we're gonna put this bad boy right up top. It's gonna look so much better. If you watched my previous video, we installed the ditch lights. Man, it's gonna look so good. Stay tuned. Okay, the roof rack comes in two side pieces, which the bars in the middle are all gonna mount to. So I'll take that apart in a second. That's two pieces. And then the fairing, which is in the very front. It's got the Prinsu Design. This cutout right here is for the 40-inch light bar. You can get it with the cutout or without. That's completely optional. I don't think they charge anything more to have the cutout for the light bar, which I'll put on later. And then we've got all the pieces right here. I've also got the wind reducing trim, which I'll put on. And I even have the light bar mount ready to go for when I get the light bar. And you got all the center pieces, which are gonna mount to the sides. We got all these screws. Just gonna get them pre-made, put the washers on them, that way they're all good to go. I believe it's a washer, a lock washer, and then the nut. Might be wrong, let's see. Washer, oh yeah. Or the lock nut, yeah, there you go. So really it should be lock nut, washer. Should be the correct way, and we'll do that for all of them. All right, all the lock washers and washers have been put on, all the bolts, which again are gonna be for the rack that's gonna go all the way across. Now we'll work on the silver rack. This one gets attached to the actual, what's it called? Drawing a blank on the name, but it's gonna get attached to the very front on the back side. I think I mentioned it, lock washer, then washer on, and then you have these pieces like this. They're gonna attach to the back. There's a little lip, which is gonna be facing outwards, and you're not gonna wanna tighten them all the way. We're gonna need it to be raised a little bit for this silver bar to slide into place. And we'll basically do that for all of them. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then once they're in, these grooves are gonna slide right into that. Okay, if those pieces are not perfectly straight up and down, this is not gonna slide very easy. So it's a little bit of a pain in the butt. But once you get them all lined up, it's not much of an issue, and it just slides in rather easy. Now let's turn it. That's gonna be too hard, just leave it there. Okay, down.
Oh, there he is.
All right, down. All right. I'm gonna put on the wind and noise reducing trim. So the textured part is on the outside, the smooth part is on the inside, which is facing the inner part of the truck. And this is just gonna attach all along here and hopefully reduce some noise when I'm driving. Okay, we've got the noise reducing trim on. Now we're gonna attach the silver piece to there. And again, we're gonna do the bottom two and same screws, lock washer, and then a regular washer. All right, once we got one in, and then second one. You're gonna have to angle it upward a little bit. Pick up that side real quickly, just so it's level, like upward, like off the ground.
Oh, off the ground?
Yeah. Okay. And don't screw these all the way in because it's gonna have to be adjusted on both sides, so leave a little bit of room. So all the bars are gonna go sideways just like this. If you have the shark fin antenna in the back, like on the 3rd generation Tacomas, this one is either gonna have to go straight up and down like this to make room for it, or you just don't have one towards the back. But this is the one that I'm talking about. Your antenna like that. If you intend to use all the bars, then you're gonna have to put that one straight up and down, which is gonna go all the way behind that. I might leave a gap because of the moon roof. That way when I'm looking out of the sunroof, I'm not seeing a bar going across. and I can mount it later when needed. You can use all these, and when you want to adjust it, just slide it forward or backward, and that's all throughout the Prinsu rack. But I might just keep it on the smaller ones for now, and then whenever you need to change it, it's an easy fix. And there's only one way to put these racks on. You can see the openings right here. On the other side, it's just completely straight lined all the way through. The reason being is for these hooks that you can tie things to or strap things to. Once you get it lined up, they slide through just like that. Move them all around. So that's what I ended up doing, just putting those ones super close together. What I should have done is move this one back to here a little bit more, but it should still give me enough room to see out of the sunroof. And then I took this off, which we previously had it on, because I accidentally put the weather or the noise reducing trim on backwards. So I'm gonna redo that, put that one on, and then attach it to the roof rack, and we'll be good to start working on top of the roof. Now that the roof rack, ow, dang, is installed, we're gonna lift this up all through here. There's gonna be a little bit of 3M tape towards the back, but it's a very small amount, easy to rip off. And we're gonna peel this all the way off, and underneath there's gonna be like these sticker type things, which we're gonna penetrate, because that's gonna be our pre-drilled holes to mount the roof rack. So we'll take off this side, take off that side, use maybe a small screwdriver, just pry this up, and then it comes up very easy. I'm just gonna use a regular flathead. I don't have a rubber flathead, I guess you could say, but that's how easy it pops up, just like that. And then we're gonna, a little bit of 3M in the beginning right there. So hopefully there's not more than I was anticipating, but just pry it up like that. We're gonna go all the way through the back. Looks like there's a little more right there, and then a little more towards there we go. Whew. And this is what I mean. This right here is like it's basically like a sticker, and if you see, if I push on it, it indents, and that's where we're gonna mount our roof rack to. To make these open, just using a thick screwdriver, just to go right through. Very easy. And then we got another one that looks right here, right there. That's it. And then down here, looks like right there, and right there. We have two options here. We can mount the roof rack directly on this and not even keep this weather strip on there, or as I've seen in another video, I can line this up and mark with a Sharpie where those holes would be, and then we'll end up putting it back in, drilling straight through, and being able to leave our weather strip on there, which is the way that I'm going to do this, because I think it looks cleaner. We have it pushed all the way back. It's kind of hard to see. There's the Sharpie mark just right above each pre-drilled hole, and then that's what I'll use for my measurement in terms of where to drill into the weather stripping. I don't necessarily know what they're called, but these pieces that here's my circle. I'm now going to put this over it, and then I've used a Sharpie to mark both sides. So now you got these two lines, and what I'm going to use is a Dremel to cut just this bottom layer off, not here. The Dremel's going to go through, and then we'll take out this piece, and that'll mount in there. So I know it's a lot of extra work, but I think it's going to look a lot better than if we were to just leave it and not even use the weather stripping. So again, I got it mounted. Try to do this one-handed like that, and then I'll just mark it on this side. And then some pliers to remove this because it's really hot, and there's a metal piece in there that you've got to take out, and that's going to help. Removing that metal piece will help us drill through here afterwards to install the roof rack. And now to get this spacer through, we've used a butterfly drill bit. So we hit a little bit of metal which pushed this off center, so we have a little bit of a mess up, but yeah, we'll just use a razor blade and we'll cut the center out, and it'll be good enough. Now that we've got the holes drilled through, the butterfly bit doesn't cut all the way through into a perfect circle, so we're using a razor blade to just cut out the excess. That way it's easier to fit the spacer in through there. And after that, we'll use some silicone, which we have right here. Silicone, 100% weatherproof, ready in 30 minutes, and mold free. We have black and white, so we can use either or to, clear and black, which we'll put into there, into the holes, leave a little bit out, that way it seals it around the edges good, and we don't have to worry about any weather issues. All right, we've got our silicone. I'm just gonna go in each hole, not too much, but enough that it'll leave a nice secure area around it. There. About that much. There, and then we'll go to the back too. Now with the silicone in and the weather strip on, we can put the spacers in, which the roof rack will sit on top of rather than sitting on right on the paint. Messed up a little bit right there, so we've got an extra hole, which we will fix with some black silicone. You shouldn't even be able to notice. All right, now we'll place the roof rack on top. Hopefully don't hit anything. And it'll sit. Yep, it'll sit right on there. Just hold it there just in case it happens to fall. Okay, that's there. Now our screws, we'll get these in. Yeah, it's hard to see, but we've got all the screws about hand tight in there. That way we can adjust the rack if needed. And then from here, we'll just tie it or bolt it down, make sure it's secure and good to go. All right, it's the following morning after installing my roof rack. Took us about 4 hours to install it maybe, but there it is. It got dark last night, so I definitely wanted to show you what it looks like during the day. It looks so much better. I mean, just adding my ditch lights recently and then adding the roof rack, I mean, my truck looks, that's a bad angle for you guys, looks so much better. And again, that's the Prinsu roof rack. I got it with the 40-inch light bar cutout and with the noise reduction. We'll see how much this works. Looks like it's gonna do pretty well. It's pretty flush against the bottom of the truck. I think I remember mentioning I had drilled an extra hole in the weather strip on accident, or a wrong hole. Oh yeah, there it is right there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use some black silicone and I'm gonna fill that hole and see if it works. It may not even work, but luckily silicone's easy to play with, and if I need to, I can get rid of it later. So yeah, there it is. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm super excited doing this stuff on my own. I'm having a great time doing these modifications, so make sure you guys stay tuned for future updates, and as always, thank you for watching.